Every person watching this video will die. Not eventually, not theoretically, certainly. And yet, most people live as if this isn't true. Life moves forward under the quiet assumption that tomorrow exists, that there will always be more time, more chances, more opportunities to become who you imagine you will one day be. The future feels permanent, it feels guaranteed, but the truth is much simpler. Tomorrow has never been promised. From the moment we become aware of life, we begin constructing a silent agreement with time. We believe we have enough of it, enough time to fix mistakes, enough time to chase meaning, enough time to repair relationships, enough time to become fulfilled. This belief creates comfort, it creates stability, it allows routines to form, expectations to grow. But it also creates an illusion, and that illusion quietly shapes every decision we make. Most people don't think about death seriously. It exists somewhere in the distance, abstract, removed. Something that happens to other people, something that belongs to the far future. But this distance is imagined. Time does not move according to personal expectations. It moves independently, without negotiation, without warning. We assume tomorrow exists, but tomorrow has never been guaranteed. This leads to a difficult realization. If life could end today, completely and without preparation, what would remain unfinished? What would feel unresolved? What parts of your life would suddenly reveal themselves as incomplete? For many people, the answer is uncomfortable. There are ambitions postponed for a better time, conversations delayed until the right moment, dreams placed quietly in the background, while routine takes priority. Meaning becomes something scheduled for later, pushed forward by responsibilities, obligations, the search for stability. But later is a promise you cannot make. The structure of modern life reinforces this delay. From an early age, people are taught to seek security first. Stability becomes the central goal. Education leads to employment. Employment leads to routine. Routine creates predictability. Days begin to follow identical patterns. Weeks blend together. Years pass quietly. And comfort slowly becomes the measure of success. Comfort feels safe, but comfort quietly trades meaning for predictability. A typical life becomes a sequence of repeated actions, waking at the same time, following the same schedule, interacting with the same environments, pursuing the same outcomes. This repetition creates a sense of control. It reduces uncertainty, but it also reduces awareness. When life becomes predictable, time becomes invisible. Most people aren't choosing comfort, they're choosing delay. And delay has an expiration date. Many individuals convince themselves that meaningful change will happen eventually, that there will be a future moment when they feel ready, when circumstances align, when risk feels manageable. But readiness rarely arrives. Instead, postponement becomes a habit. Days become months, months become years. While the imagined future remains untouched, you are postponing things that may never happen, not because you don't care, but because the future feels permanent. This is where the illusion begins to crack. Because life does not operate according to personal timelines. It is unpredictable by nature. Health can change without warning. Circumstances can shift instantly. Entire directions of life can alter in a single moment. Life doesn't warn you before it changes. Consider how suddenly events reshape existence. A routine medical check reveals unexpected illness. A single accident transforms physical ability. A global crisis disrupts entire societies overnight. Plans collapse. Certainty disappears. Stability reveals itself as fragile. These moments expose a truth that always existed beneath the surface. Control is limited. Time is uncertain. The structure of everyday life rests on temporary conditions. Yet even with this awareness, people return to routine. The illusion rebuilds itself. Comfort resumes its role. Stability once again feels permanent, but avoidance carries a cost. When death is ignored, life is experienced unconsciously. Actions become automatic. Decisions follow expectation rather than meaning. Behavior becomes shaped by approval, public perception, the pursuit of safety, rather than fulfillment. This creates a quiet dissatisfaction. Life appears successful on the surface, yet something feels incomplete beneath it. And this leads to the central collapse. If today ended everything, most lives would feel unfinished. Because beneath routine and comfort lies a deeper truth. You are living on borrowed time. When the illusion of endless time dissolves, a different perspective emerges. Life is no longer unlimited. It is temporary. Moments gain weight. Decisions gain importance. Awareness increases. This awareness does not demand panic. It invites intention. It encourages clarity before time quietly disappears. The future is a possibility. Today is the only certainty. This recognition transforms perception. Conversations become more present. Relationships become more valued. Decisions become more deliberate. Meaning becomes a responsibility, not a distant possibility. Risk gains a different interpretation. It is no longer just danger, it is engagement. To act despite uncertainty is awareness. To pursue what matters is recognition of life's temporary nature. A meaningful life is not defined by duration, but by depth. One day, your life will end. Not gradually fading into theory, not conceptually, completely. And when that moment arrives, what will remain is not how long you lived, but how consciously you lived. Time was never yours. It was only ever borrowed. The future is a possibility. Today is the only certainty. So the question was never whether you will die. The question is whether you are ever truly alive.